if I were to ask you, forget the data or whatever, for your money, who's the greatest tight end of all time? I'm just curious what your thoughts. Because there's a couple of names that I would put at the top, and I don't really have like a distinct number one.
You know, you got Kellen Winslow Sr. You have Tony Gonzalez.
I was going to go Tony G up top.
You have Mackey from the Baltimore Colts back in the day. Big old Mackey.
Okay.
He was a baller.
Thanks, Johnny U.
Hey, you got to respect him. Number 89. Obviously, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates,
yes,
Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski's right there.
Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome, great call with Ozzie Newsome.
And a great GM.
And a great GM, one of the best in the business before he retired with the Baltimore Ravens. Always took an Alabama guy. Shout out to the Alabama Crimson Tide. So that would be my short list. I don't know who's greater. They were all impactful.
Well, and that's where I think Kelce's on the slight outside looking in on all those guys. He gets a second Super Bowl and continues his little run here, which I think he will. I feel like he's going to play for another at least 5 years at an elite level.
He's already got more Super Bowls than Tony Gonzalez and Antonio Gates.
No, I know that, but they had 15-year careers that were just unbelievably prolific. Antonio Gates is so underrated. I loved what he did for so many years. And then Tony Gonzalez was the complete package.
Yeah, he was. He
Speed,
could block.
blocking. Yeah. The ability to understand where to stop the route and sit down in coverage, toughness. I did want to see him get that one Super Bowl, but he didn't get it. But continue on your Kelce thing, because I was just wondering where you would rank Kelce.
Yeah. Kelce's right there. I mean, he's in the top 10 all time. Top 10 all time, no doubt about it. When you look at his numbers, and his numbers are incredible. He's going to eclipse 10,000 yards receiving this season.
Crazy.
All right, 10,000 yards receiving. He's had 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons. 6 straight. He's got 64 touchdowns. Now, just think about since Super Bowl 54, when Kittle was on the sideline saying, I will be back. I will be back. I will be back. He's played 31 regular season games. He's got 182 targets, 138 catches. Now, the Niners run a different offense in Kansas City, no doubt about it. But he's got 138 catches for 1,726 yards, only 8 touchdowns. This is since Super Bowl 54, and I'm not counting the playoffs. Since Super Bowl 54, Kelce has played 37 games. He's 4 yards shy of 3,000. 4 yards shy of 3,000 with 27 touchdowns. This man already has 7 this year.
Wow.
Has 7 touchdowns this year. So when you think about targets, catches, impact, Kelce by far has been the better tight end since Super Bowl 54. It's no question.
There's no doubt about it. The thing that I continue to come back to, which really bugs me when I hear from 49er fans, well, Kittle's the inline blocker, and Kittle's got to stay in because the offensive line, and you hear that argument, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that, but I don't pay you what he wanted, which was, at the time, record-setting tight end money, to be a pass blocker. Like, I expect you to be decent at that thing. But
we slept on Shannon Sharp. Slept on Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp was incredible. There's no doubt. And one of the great bodies in NFL history.
No doubt.
But, like, it really bugs me. And then I watch the way Kelce's used. I don't think Kittle can do what Kelce does.
No, he can't.
I just think Kittle is he's a more violent runner, but when I watch Kelce's like more of a basketball player in the sense that, like, all right, this play's over, we'll go down, and I know Mahomes will find me on the next one. And I'll find a way to get a ball in between 3 or 4 defenders, catch it, go down. I'll get isolated on the outside. He can throw me balls in the red zone. Like, Kelce is the complete package of what I'm looking for a tight end.
And let's not act like Kansas City's offensive line has been great. They had to retool their offensive line. Yet, Kelce goes out in every route, whether it's a 3-by-1 formation,
100%.
Whether he's isolated by himself. He runs every route, whether it's deep, intermediate, you name it. Kelce is everywhere. They find a way to get him the football. I hope the Niners find a way to get Kittle the football this weekend against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that tight end dynamic is just interesting on how they use and how we talked about Kelce. Because, like, after Super Bowl 54, everybody's like, oh, we're taking Kittle. Kittle. Top 20 player on the top 100, right?
Yeah.
Kittle. And ever since then, it's like this guy doesn't score touchdowns. He doesn't.
If you had to bet right now, does he eclipse Vernon Davis's touchdown record for a 49er?
I don't think so.
I don't think he comes close.
I mean, he's had 8 touchdowns since Super Bowl 54 in a regular season.
What's he have?
And 1 in the postseason.
Does he have like 15 in his career? What's he got?
Yeah, 15 in his career.
Yeah, that's like, how? Like, Vernon Davis had 13 in one season.
I know. Kelce had 64.
Wow.
64.
Wow.
Including 2 rushing. So 66 total touchdowns.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
The contrast is now. What about if I were to say to you, well, Kelce's got Mahomes. Do you think? I still think Kelce would be great with a lot of different quarterbacks.
I do too.
Not that Mahomes doesn't help. Of course he helps. No one would say that having Mahomes is a detriment. It's a positive thing.
Yep.
But if I switch the two players and I put Kelce on the Niners and I put Kittle on the Chiefs, do you think Kittle would be close to the Kelce production that you're seeing?
I don't know. Maybe. How would Kelce be used by Shanahan?
That's a great question.
I don't know. And you know, as much as
I know he could catch the ball that Charlie Warner dropped.
No, I don't know. Baldy said, why wasn't that route ran by George Kittle?